How hard fought and pleasing a win was that?
Yeah, really hard fought. They're a good team. I think we've looked probably tired for 2 or 3 games now. That's what's happened a little bit. I think we've had a load of games, and it's just hard work in it. You know, they've had a lovely break. So all of a sudden, when you come back to having a game of football again, you're all nice and fresh. And I think they're a good team anyway. And I said that before. And I think they've got some good players. I thought they played very well today. But our lads, like I've said, there's many ways you got to try and win a football match. And we found that. And we knew going into the game, we thought the long throw would cause them a problem. So it was definitely a tactic we were going to use today. And to be fair, arriving in the box, there's not too many better than Liam Serkin. He sniffs a goal out of nothing, and that was a real tough game for us today. But the lads have been unbelievable. That could, because of where they all are, that could be probably one of our best results of the season when you look at the whole circumstances of everything.
And what does that say then about the resilience and determination of your players?
Well, I think they've had that anyway. You've got to have that anyway. If ever you want to get anywhere, your team has got to have that anyway, and you've got to have good spirit, and they've got that. So yeah, we've had other games here where we've had all of the ball and haven't scored, and then a team has gone down the other end, caught us on a counter attack, and then all of a sudden we're having to dig out a goal from somewhere. And as I just said, I've said it to him in there many, many times. I've said it to you about there's lots of ways to win a football match.
And how pleased were you with the way that once you'd got ahead, you kept the lead? And, it wasn't a case of hanging on, it was a case of seeing the game out.
Yeah, I mean, we changed our formation slightly then and brought some fresh legs on as well. I think it's always difficult when you're bringing someone on that won't know necessarily the roles. So I thought that was a little bit difficult for Luke, certainly early part of it, but he's stuck in it. He's a strong boy, and that change just enabled us to get his fresh legs on. Some fresh legs with Manny, some fresh legs with Joe Quigley. So all in all, yeah, there wasn't the worry of bringing them on. The only one that obviously in that sort of situation I would have been looking at and thinking, is he going to be okay in it, would probably have been Luke, just because I know the other guys and they've been here longer than him. But he was great.
And Jordan Garrick got through 55 minutes. How pleasing that to sort of give him the first start and for him to up his minutes again?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a tricky one, isn't it? When's he ever going to be ready? I mean, by the time we play another 6 games, that'll be like Jordan having a pre-season, But another 6 games, we've probably got that in about 7 days with our schedule. It's just a hint of sarcasm there, by the way. He done well to get through it. I was thinking about whether I took him off at half-time. Not because of his performance. I thought he put in an unbelievable shift, but it's difficult for him to get back to where he was at the back end of last season after he'd been fit for a while, conditioned. But I thought his efforts today were immense, like the rest of the team. So really pleased for Geordie, and he'll certainly benefit from that. But we just got to make sure we're careful with him, and let's see where that takes us. But I wanted to start him again after he'd stopped, because that's the hard bit, getting going again once you've stopped. Because I could have easily took him off at half time, and not, as I said, make that clear, not through his performance. His performance was excellent, but I thought I'll just burn him again for another 10 minutes. But he was never going to see the game. We spoke about it anyway. He was never going to see the game out. Never.
Rochdale had what they thought was a shout for a penalty in the second half. Late on, ball might have struck an arm in there. How did you see the incident?
It was quite quick when it come up to him. I thought it was quite quick. I haven't looked at the incident, but well, that probably equals up us not getting one on Joe Quigley against Barnet, doesn't it? It just goes to show, you know, sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it goes against you. So I don't really, from my view, I wouldn't be able to see it clear enough to answer to you about whether it was a penalty or not. And yeah,
just wonder if a rare bit of luck's gone Forest Green's way for once.
What? Because we haven't got the penalty.
Because they haven't got the penalty. Yeah, you haven't had one awarded against you.
Yeah, I think we're well in credit on having any luck. So I think our luck today was actually born out of pure guts, honesty, endeavour, with a group that have been a bit tired.
And at the end, you were getting the main stand going as well. You wanted to see the fans give their appreciation for the players. How much of a difference can that make as well? Because obviously, you know, an important win.
Yeah, massive difference. Massive difference. We never have enough that come to the games anyway. So we never really sell enough season tickets. The ones that we have, there's a few of them, just a few, but you know, they're as good as gold, and they try and get the team going. And just, you know, sometimes they can get the boys over the line, you know, rather than my lungs doing it. So they can get the boys over the line, and it's important. It's important for them, you know. When you play, and it doesn't matter how tired you are, if you've got people behind you and they're very, very vocal, it just gives you another spring in your step, or it gives you that urgency, and keeps you going longer.